Okay. To start a chat. All right. Right. Well, good evening, Will, and good evening, Francesca. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm going to be a little bit slow this evening. I've come without my glasses, so I don't want to make a spectacle of myself. So we'll probably have to read out maybe things that I struggle with. Anyway, apologies for absence.
Two apologies, Chair. One is Councillor O'Connor, and one is, the second one is Councillor Erasmus.
Thank you.
Oh,
DOE.
sorry, and sorry, Chair, Rian put in the group that sent her apologies as well.
Who?
Rian.
All right.
Rian. All right. That's Evans, isn't it? Rian Evans. Thank you. Declarations of interest.
No.
Do we have any of those? Minutes of the previous meeting conducted on the 18th of September. I'm sure you've all read them, and they're a true account of what happened. I did do an additional read again today. And then we move on to item number 4, outstanding actions.
Shall I run through those, Chair?
Well, don't go through all those red ones.
No, those are
The ones Paul replied to, I think he means to.
Yes. The number 24, which I mentioned before, this relates to the links for Mumbles Yacht Club crowdfunding. That has now been
That's been
completed. It is
With
I'm
SA1.
running with SA1. So I've done.
So that can come off, yeah.
Action number 29. Apologies, I can't print at the moment, so I'll just read it off the
Yeah. Is this Paul's one?
This is Paul. Yeah. Action 29 to liaise with Peter Bynan of Swansea City Council to obtain an update on existing exercise equipment, not subject to the previous. The RFO Paul Bynan has been in contact with Paul Bynan to request the life expectancy of the equipment in question, but he has not received a reply as yet.
Yeah.
In relation to 31, regarding Mumbles front exercise equipment, where permission had been given to purchase items. Again, Paul's been in contact with Paul Bynan for a quote and photographs of the 2 new pieces of equipment.
Peter Bynan, actually.
Oh, is it? I beg your pardon, Peter Bynan. And he referred Paul to Kerry Davis in Parks, who has been contracted but has not yet replied.
Yeah.
Has been contacted, should be, yeah. So those are those 2.
That's good. Those are positives. So
And then the only other one is for Councillor Thomas in relation to number 30
he's been very busy.
for the budget proposal form. Is there any update on that, Councillor Thomas?
What, you want me to submit the budget proposal form?
Yeah.
Well, you were the one that nominated yourself to do it.
To do,
The budget.
oh, well, for that,
Yeah,
yeah, I've got several to put in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it hand?
Yeah, it's in hand. I've got 2 or 3 things that I've put forward, to be honest. That's just one of them.
Is this on behalf of this committee?
Yes, I suppose. If
Are we going to be told about it?
would you like to discuss it now? That's fine. I've got some ideas if you'd like to hear
Well,
about
I'd be delighted to hear about it
them.
because
Francesca, would you like to hear about
it
them?
does come in under item number 6 on the agenda.
Well, should we wait till then, Chair?
Yes, we'll wait to item number 6.
That completes the actions.
Thank you very much. So those are positives. I'm glad that we've heard from Peter Bynan, or Paul, our husband, Peter Bynan. Item number 5, budget monitoring report. I've had a look at those. I'm sure you all have, and there would appear to be no discrepancies there. Item number 6 is the budget for 25-26, and I believe these matters have to be with the RFO by the end of October.
That's correct. 31st. He confirmed that in his email. Yes.
Okay, and Councillor Thomas has got something to report on this front.
Well, I don't think it's anything to report as such, just some ideas that maybe this is an appropriate time that we could discuss some things
Yes.
that potentially that this committee as a whole
Yes.
might want to do for the budget. Now, I'm not sure if you've been, as a parent and as a coach for the kids' football, Underhill's working fantastic. You know, literally hundreds of kids going on, hundreds of kids going off. Car park's busy, which is a separate problem, which I know MCA is discussing at the moment this week, but obviously it's a funding issues. So we obviously had quotes for lighting, bollard lighting from the car park to the 3G pitch, which was a bit of an issue last year. So one of the proposal forms, I think, Chess, if you remind me, is about 15 grand, wasn't it? The quote we had for that, yeah. So that would be one of the proposals, would be bollard lighting from the car park. Well, actually a bit further. So from where the footpath starts to the pitch. So that's one proposal, because that's not on Swansea Council's active travel routes, that section. So that's one proposal. The second one is for the, as you know, the gym equipment in the park. Now, I think that's the sort of thing we probably, rather than doing all at once, because you could spend, 100,000 and do a really good gym, but we have to have a think about what sort of equipment we want down there, and maybe it's that we do a couple of pieces a year, and we do 1 or 2 pieces this year, 1 or 2 pieces next year, that sort of thing. So one of those. But the main thing, I was hoping that this will either come in the budget or potentially environment for underspend, because there is some underspend in this year's budget. So I was going to speak to the park about this one. But the main problem down the pitch at the moment is when you're watching the kids, you're looking through a fence, right? And we brought it up with MCA at the time when they were designing it. There's no viewing area. They put a stand in the 3D animations, but that was never applied for planning permission, for example. So it's not included in the planning. It was just there to sort of say this is what you could have in the future, almost, right? So I'm not proposing that we pay for a stand to go in, but I think if you look at the pitch, there's 3 on the far side, so away from the path. On the far side, there's still quite a large grass area. What I'm proposing is that we move the fence line back. Obviously, SUDS planning needed for that, because it'd be a large hard standing area, probably be about, I don't know, 150 square meters, and anything over 100 meters needs SUDS. So it's not simple, really to deliver, but you sustainable drainage.
Sorry to interrupt you. Is this on the corner at the bottom of the steps? That section of
that side, well, so you've got the 3G pitch at the bottom of the steps, yeah? That fence line there, the long line. So I'm proposing that about 10 meters in off each side, we move the fence line back about 3 meters and move the fence back, so then you've got a standing area for people to watch the kids.
When you say move back, which direction are you going to be making the games enclosure area smaller, or
No. So let me give you a password of the paper. I'm sure Francesca knows. I've got a picture. Actually, I've drawn a picture and sent it to one of the MCA members already for their comment. Let me show you.
Well, obviously, you would need to get.
I've sent it to Francesca for her on WhatsApp so you can see it. So what I'm proposing is that, we just move the fence back there, yeah, and then that's a path going into the hub then, and then you've just got a place where parents can watch. The other problem you see is Mumbles Rangers, when they were playing down there the other day, there's nowhere for the fans to stand because they're not allowed on the grass, so they're all watching through the fence, and you can only see what's going on about there. And as soon as you go over here, you've got too many fence panels in your way, and you can't see what's going on. So there's no view now. Swansea University did it right, okay? They put a viewing area down the whole side of one of the sides of the pitch. It's great. And parents are standing on a bar, putting their arms on the metal bar, and they can see the game. We didn't do that. We should have done it, and it was brought up several times, but never done. So unfortunately, we have to retrospectively look at it.
Is there any way this could be part grant funded?
I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know, unless the FAW would.
Yeah.
The FAW do have ground improvement grants, but I know.
That's disappointing considering the who it is. You know, that
If you go to the university, drive past opposite the hospital, have a look at their 3G pitch.
Yeah.
They've got a metal bar all down the side, everyone's standing, no fence in front of them. And on this one, obviously, they could have, there was a pinch point in either corner. But what I'm suggesting is that we sort of 10 metres in, then kick it back. So you go down the pinch point. So it basically all you're talking about is about 3 metres by, I don't know, there's probably about 60 metres at a total guess. 3 by 6, 60, but take 3 metres back, put a bar down the side, a gate in one end.
well, you know, there are a number of factors there. I don't know how far it would progress, to be honest.
I've got a meeting with MCA on it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think, well, obviously it's got to be done through them.
Yes.
And see what they can contribute as well.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot. It's probably the answer. But
No, but if one doesn't ask,
I think we could certainly, try and get some future contribution back from them on it. Because it would arguably make more parents stay and watch games, and more people would go down to watch the football.
yeah, it wasn't, anyway, there we go. Moving forward. Well, anyway, those are very helpful for the budget for 25-26. Once we get the appropriate forms, they'll need to be submitted then.
Yeah, before the end of the month.
Yes. Okay. I haven't heard of any other proposals. When you were talking about the lights, I did mention it to you this morning about the pillar lighting possibly on the footpath at Pickett Mead from the bus stop at Merton Road coming through to Summerland Lane.
That's a similar length. So if you are proposing to put a budget one in for that, I suggest the same sort of 15 to 20,000 as the sort of back of a fag packet calculation. But
yeah, it was about 15, I think, the last time we dealt with it, but it didn't progress anywhere.
No, but you would need a bat survey. That's why.
Yes, well,
that's why it stopped.
Next door to it, we have got the proposed development, and a bat survey's already been done there.
That's true. You might be able to use it. Yeah.
So whether we can ride on the back of that,
yeah,
well,
you want to ride on the back of the bat?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, that's a big bat if you want to ride on the back.
Trying to think of ways of drilling. Isn't that?
What was this for?
Well, I beg your pardon. It's the possibility of a budget proposal for 25-26 for pillar lighting on footpath from the bus stop on Merton Road, and then the terminating at Summerland Lane.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, Chairman.
I thought it was interesting that what came up today, but we won't discuss that now.
Yeah, Chair, on
Yes.
the topic of proposals, wasn't the RFO going to send out budget proposal forms?
He said he's still waiting to do it.
Yeah. The RFO was sending them
I
out.
thought he'd sent them, Chair.
No,
someone-
that was meant to be like a month ago, wasn't it? And I haven't seen anything.
It says it at the bottom of that email from Paul. If you read it, it talks about the budget proposal form.
It says the budget for the Mumbles Bowls Green is 5,000. as being 2020 when it was first put.
Well,
Go up a little bit. I haven't got it here, but
No, there's no mention of that.
I'm sure I read it in there.
I'll show you mine.
well, I queried what was in the budget for the Bowls Pavilion.
Well, I'd actually myself would like to send a message to Paul tomorrow morning to send one out to everybody. If you're happy with that?
Budget proposal forms. Yes.
Would you like me to do that?
Well, yes, I don't see an issue there. I think it would, but we'll need to have some here anyway.
So it was mentioned in full council, wasn't it, that in the hope
Yes.
was that Paul would have them for sort of like mid-November.
Yeah.
Yeah, for mid-November, but obviously I haven't seen anything yet, because there would be a couple of things that I'm working on that I wouldn't mind doing it from this committee, a budget proposal towards this committee to be submitted to Paul. But if I can have the budget proposal form, that'd be fab.
Budget proposal forms.
When you say, is it something that would come out of the community and social development?
Yes, please, yes.
Right.
Would you like to discuss them like I did, Francesca? Would you like to share your?
No.
Yeah.
No,
The
yeah.
cards dry, that's what it says. But moving forward,
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I know I got two, no, what it is, because I got 2 meetings tomorrow, so there's no point discussing until I got the full details.
I didn't either, but Ian made me.
Yeah, but
yes, but Francesca has an allowance.
Yeah.
thanks, Chair.
Item number 7 was.
This is update community asset transfer of Henny.
Yeah. If you're in agreement, we had spoken in the past about the possibility of a community
Mhm.
asset transfer for the Hennebont Garden, and it was discussed at full council, and there is no likelihood of such a request being made, so that can be removed from any further agendas.
Just for the record, Hennebont Gardens. Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of a different one. Yeah, I was thinking of that other one on the prom.
I've had good information that the garden isn't being maintained very well. Anyway, moving on. Item number 18.
It's,
Happy with that?
yeah, very happy. Thank you, Chair. And number 8 is exercise equipment on West Cross Seafront.
Yes. Well, you read that out.
Shall we do that again or no?
No, I don't see that you need to do it again.
It's in hand, isn't it?
It is a matter that's gone through full council with a budget of £5,000. Any underspend goes back into contingency. We've also asked that other items of equipment on the front are to be looked at because they may well have deteriorated. And that could be something that might have to go into the budget 25-26, but that remains to be seen. The RFO has discussed the matter with, excuse me, Peter Bynan of City and County Swansea, and he's waiting to hear back from them. And we look forward to that. Moving on to item number 9, that's additional equipment, exercise equipment to be located at Underhill Park, and further information is requested on that from Councillor Thomas. And I think that's all we need to say on that one.
Yeah.
So the other,
Sorry, on that one, well, originally you wanted Langland Bay, didn't you, as well?
Separate thing. That was just a couple of people have asked for a chin-up bar at like Langland Bay fitness room near Chin-up Bar. Yeah. So it's a separate thing as a group of youngsters and have asked.
yeah. Well, there's no.
Yeah, we could.
Again,
could
you know,
bring
that these proposals can be put forward
Yeah.
as long as they're on the appropriate form
Yeah.
and costed. That's
Because
what,
I was only suggesting, because I'm with Peter tomorrow in Langland.
Yeah, but if you're with him, ask him where he'd put it. If yeah, what there's two places, either behind Surfside on the grass there,
Yeah,
behind the benches, or past
the
the brass.
brass.
Yeah, past the brass. I think obviously you wouldn't want it near the brass, but on that corner, you know, where there's
Mhm.
grass. So whatever he thinks is best.
I think behind the bench, behind Surfside would be perhaps preferred
Yeah.
because it wouldn't interfere with anyone that rents the chalet hut on the end of that run.
Yeah.
But
You could do chin-ups whilst enjoying the view then, yeah?
yeah, well, I could, yeah.
Wide grips, obviously.
You know, reps,
Yeah.
you know,
Check-ups. Can I just clarify, sorry,
yeah.
the Underhill Park exercise equipment, is that being considered as a budget proposal form?
Yes, it's a consideration.
Consideration.
Yeah, so and item number 10, I did put down progress on Langland, and we've had a late email from Paul Bynum, and
Oh, yes, that's
we've
right.
had the pricing on the resurfacing of court number 3 and the relocation of the monies to do the fencing.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think that would be a great thing if when it's done, because it looks terrible at the moment. It's such a disappointment. Whilst I remember, when the tree came down, you know, I'd obviously walked around the area there, and it's in dire need of attention, the ground around the tennis courts, particularly down by the double courts.
Oh, the actual tarmac.
No, not the tarmac, the vegetation.
I think you've put it down in the CWOPs.
Well, I think Francesco was seeing if the team could do it,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
would be.
is that in and around the tennis courts, Ian?
Yes,
Yeah.
the footpath that goes court 1, 2, 3, and 4, and the double courts, and then coming back out towards the conveniences.
Yeah, it has been done previously. The problem we've got is that we're only allocated 6 days, which sounds a lot, but it's actually not, because it you know, such a big ward. I can put it back down. I can't remember what the last. I think I did put it down on what last, because you asked for it, Will, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's
Maybe an idea if we were to get Ashley down there to do.
Put it down for action.
Yeah, we would an action point, but we'd have to send it to environmental, I would think.
Well, I emailed Kerry the other day, because you know our Mumbles Community Council bins are absolutely stinking in Southend Park, and with Remembrance coming up, they look pretty grim. And to be fair, Ash is going to go and do it. So, but I did pass it through Kerry first.
Yeah. I was approached this week about again about Limekiln Road.
Yeah.
The overhanging of the brambles and vegetation.
Yeah,
There's a predominance coming from Oystermouth School. Now, one has to realise there are no pavements on that section of road at any point, and then when a car does come along, they're being impinned against the brambles. So
I can send you an email, Ian. So I'm dealing with it. So the left-hand side is obviously privately owned, as you know. So they're going to speak to the owners, but the council are going to cut back what's overhanging into the road. But then it's the education department that are responsible for the right-hand side. So they are waiting for them to come out. So it is going to be cut back, because the hotspot team did it around 18 months ago. So one side is going to be done privately, and the other side is going to have to come out of the other budget in the Parks Department. So it is going to be done. I'll send you the email. you can see.
But it you know, it's quite important, because if a car does, or a van for that matter, and you're up against all these brambles,
Yeah,
and if someone was to be facially damaged by the brambles,
yeah.
I don't think they'd be too happy about that.
No, and there's loads of school
Yeah.
children walking that road, but that is in handy, and so that should be done I'm hoping within the next week or so. But I'll send you an email with the info.
Okay. Is something come in from Paul Bynan there? I haven't got my glasses.
Sorry, Chair, Phil's just sent us apologies.
Oh, it's Phil Keaton. Okay, I knew there was a P there.
So,
Ah,
the apologies. Can I just check, would you mind, Chair, if I, in relation to the Langland,
yeah.
to the bins, did you want me to do any actions, or are we going to leave it for the time being with Ashley?
Well, who has control of Ashley? Is it the clerk?
Clark, yeah.
Well, maybe an email or something should go to the clerk about the area around the Langland tennis courts, that vegetation requires cutting back, and the footpath being swept.
Would you email Kay tomorrow?
Yes, it would be fine.
I'll copy you in, obviously.
Yes, and then she can.
As appropriate, she can either contact the council or ask Ashley to do it, I suppose.
Well, I'm not. Have we adopted that piece of ground along the tennis courts?
No.
So it is city, really.
Yeah.
So you could put an addendum to it that we believe that the ground is city's responsibility.
Like Francesca said, the CWAT team are planning on going there in the next, well, yeah, so it's probably.
Yeah, I either if it can either be given to Ash, but I will check to see when it will be done, and I will.
Because what will happen otherwise, the CWAT team will go down there, it's been done, and they won't then go, oh, let's do something else, they'll just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's you know, so we might lose a day by
Is this at Langland or Limekiln?
Langland.
Yeah, see what won't do Limekiln. That's see what will only do like paths, pavements.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
different
traffic.
team.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also they say it's too unsafe on the road to do stuff like that, so you need to like have specially trained people if they work on the road.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's all right for pedestrians to have
Exactly.
negotiated. But,
Shall I leave that for the time being then, Chair?
which
That action.
Asking Astrid.
Shall I wait until the CWAT team have done their business?
that's one way of putting it.
You can do, but the thing is, I personally think the CWAT are going to be like at least another month before they do anything, because we asked them to do what you wanted, which was all of the Castle Woods stuff.
That's true, yeah. So you could get.
They'll end the 6 days will be spent in the woods.
Well, no, not all the woods. Just no, I don't think it'll take.
Yeah, but you know, but they got to load up the lorry. They spend an hour and 2 hours going to Clansamlet, then they come back, and then that's a day's job done, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's 2 days in the woods. I don't think there's.
Which would?
Well, yeah, but for you and I maybe, but you know, they let
Would
it
not.
out, don't they?
The as you keep driving into Mumbles, you know, there's a pavement access into near our nature reserve. There's a pavement access into Castle Woods.
Mm-hmm.
So all of the approach to all that is very scruffy. So I've asked them to look at that and then walk through the loop on Castle Woods and cut back some of the shrubbery.
Well, I would, nothing wrong with that, but I would say that, you know, on the Castle Wood side of things, there's supposed to be volunteers, aren't there? They've got all the cutting equipment.
That's a different part of the woods. Yeah.
Good answer, wasn't it? Anyway, Langland should have more of a priority than that.
I mean, it has, and we do, but like you do it, and then a month later, it needs doing again. You know, we have done it like twice this year, haven't we, Jess?
What, Langland?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Langland prom is like regularly done.
Yeah,
And
we do.
then-
Not the prom, we're
No,
talking
no.
about the tennis
No,
court.
she's saying about tennis courts after that.
Yeah, Langland prom and the tennis courts have been done multiple times.
We have, obviously, we have done it. We do put it down.
I've done it myself in the past with my hedge cutter and my strimmer. Huh, how dull is that, eh? Dear God. And Miles. Huh. Oh, God bless him. Okay, I think we can conclude now.
The only thing I don't know if you, did you read Angela's email?
Yeah.
It's she's wishing to withdraw. I should have mentioned this under the apologies, but I hadn't read it or the email. I mean, do you want to deal with that today, or does it matter?
It needs to be on the agenda, I think, doesn't it?
I have to put it up for next month, will I?
Withdraw from the committee.
Yeah.
How's that going?
Yeah, too many commitments, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought we could, but it'll have to be done. We'll put it on for next month, yeah.
Yeah, well, it can't. It just goes on to full council, doesn't it? It's not nothing.
Yes.
It's nothing that we do here.
We've had an email, have we?
Yeah.
When?
Or this afternoon, this evening.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I'm sure
Mind you, I
you're.
haven't got my glasses with
I'm
me.
sure you're coming. Oh no, you're not. I beg your pardon.
Gone to you.
It's
is it?
gone to Carrie and Diane. I thought you.
All right. Okay.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine. Oh, that's disappointing. Well, we'll have to give her a proper send off, so we can't deal with it now. Any other matters? I'm fine. Is this your final answer? We're going to close the meeting. Francesca?
I'll stop.
Sorry.
Let's close the meeting. We're going to say bye-bye.
See you guys.